A federal trial in New York has exposed a terrifying al-Qaeda plot to blow up the Long Island Railroad, and the alleged mastermind behind it, an American. Bryant has been looking into this story for us. Some alarming details here. Brian, what's going on?
Yeah, very alarming, Wolf. And, you know, this is one of the first times we've heard directly from al-Qaeda operatives in court on their operational plans, their motivations, what they liked as ideas for attacks and what they didn't. This blockbuster in this testimony, vivid details on ideas for attacks on the U.S. homeland, which came from an American.
They knew how and when to make the most devastating impact, an explosion on a Long Island Railroad train as it entered a tunnel. They went back and forth on whether the attacker would be a suicide bomber or would exit the train before a timer set it off. It was all part of an al-Qaeda plan in 2008, hatched by an American. Bryant Neal Vinas, testifying at the trial of another alleged al-Qaeda operative in a separate case, said he presented the idea of attacking the Long Island Railroad to his al-Qaeda bosses while he was at a camp in Pakistan. CNN terrorism analyst Paul Cruikshank was in court this week when Vinas gave the details.
As an American who often traveled on the Long Island Railroad system, Vinas grew up on Long Island, he knew about New York's vulnerabilities, where it could be hurt the most.
Bryant Neal Vinas, subject of a 2010 CNN documentary, was born in Queens, grew up on Long Island, the son of Latin American immigrants. He was an altar boy and had a passion for baseball. His happy childhood ended when his parents split up. He eventually converted to Islam and gradually became more radicalized.
Bryant Neal Vinas was an Hispanic American. He was a high school dropout. He washed out of the Army. He tried to get into the Army. He was unemployed, and bin Laden was certainly saying we should maybe try and recruit some of these disaffected, maybe minority converts to Islam.
It was Venas's knowledge of American commuter systems and popular commerce which gave al-Qaeda crucial insights.
Another idea, according to Vinas, he testified that he suggested an attack on a Walmart in which an al-Qaeda operative would buy a TV, then return it with a bomb inside.
Neither that nor the Long Island Railroad idea was ever carried out as a hard plot. But Cruikshank says this.
It's on the shelf in Pakistan. They probably still have some knowledge of what Vinas was telling them about the way the system was working.
But if al-Qaeda is going to launch those plots, it'll do so with one less American on its side. Bryant Neal Vinas pleaded guilty to helping al-Qaeda plan that Long Island attack and is awaiting his sentence. Wolf.
And there were other fascinating operational details revealed in the course of this trial.
That's right. Paul Cruikshank says that Vinas testified that when al-Qaeda recruits got their bomb training and other training in recent years, they didn't get it in these large open camps in Afghanistan that could be targeted by drones. He says they got it inside, away from the sight lines. So al-Qaeda, according to this testimony, is adjusting its strategy to deal with the drone threat in recent years.
Brian Todd on top of the story, as he always is. Thanks very much.